Hello everyone, I'm here with a couple notes, real quick, an update on the channel. During the last episode of Talk Gaming, one of you guys asked for me to provide some plans as to where the channel is going, what the upload schedule is going to look like, content, all of that, and I thought that was a very good question, so I'm going to answer it in its own dedicated video. Now, this actually works out quite nicely because the first thing I want to mention is a video that is taking up most of my time currently, which is why there hasn't been a couple more videos this week. I'm working on a big Mass Effect Andromeda critique, and the reason I call it a critique is intentional because it's not just a review. In my mind, reviews tend to go right near the launch date so that you can kind of judge quickly in 5 minutes whether or not you should get the game if it passes the muster. Which I do plan to do for future releases, especially if I get early copies of games, which hopefully will eventually happen so that I can give you guys information on day one. But with Mass Effect Andromeda, I got it on launch day just like everybody else, and I played through it, and I'm going to do a big, long-form critique. Now, this will be similar to the review thing that I did for Horizon Zero Dawn, but slightly different. Horizon Zero Dawn, that video, it was called the Long-Winded Horizon Zero Dawn Review. And that was done basically like this. I set up the camera and I talked into the microphone, and I just did that for half an hour and put it up. And this thing for Mass Effect is much more formal, and it's an experiment to see if you guys like it, if it works, if it's a good kind of work reward payoff thing, so if it gets enough views that it's justifiable. It'll be interesting to see because it is scripted. I finished the script tonight. It's very long. It's in its current state, which it'll probably get cut, but in its current state, it's around 5,000 words. It's page after page after page, and it will probably get cut down a fair bit during editing, but right now it's very long, and it's because I wanted to really discuss in detail, with a little more intention and clarity, every aspect of the game that at least stood out to me, and that's what that video hopefully will allow me to do. The problem with that type of video, though, is that it just takes forever to make. It takes a few days of writing a big, long script, not to mention you've got to play the game once or twice or 3 times all the way through before you can do this, at least do it confidently. And then you have to record in half an hour to an hour long audio slice, and then you've got to edit that. Then you got to find footage that matches what you're talking about, that demonstrates the points. So it's very time consuming. And this will probably be the most time-consuming video I've made in a long while. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. But that's the first thing. I don't know when it will be out specifically. I plan on probably doing a gameplay live stream tomorrow night to kind of fill in some stuff. We'll just stream some stuff here on YouTube, which should be fun. But Talk Gaming will go up as normal. It'll probably be Monday's video, and I'm really excited about it, but it's just a lot of work, which is why it hasn't come out yet. Now, with that streaming thing having been said, I do want to experiment with this, and I'll probably drift over to Twitch for the live gameplay, and then this will be the more professional gaming content. So I'll be pushing Twitch in the summer, over the summer, and I'll be streaming there as much as possible. I'll come up with some schedule for that. But the goal is to do regular streams of playing games, discussing stuff, just having fun, turn it into just a much more informal show as compared to Talk Gaming. Talk Gaming will stay on YouTube. We'll probably move that to the evenings, but it'll just be more in general, more stuff, which is currently my one bottleneck, is that I just don't have time to do all the things I want to do. So we will switch over to Twitch. Talk Gaming will continue to be the way it is. I'd like to eventually be able to have guests or interviews, things like that, which I think could be really fun. But this brings me to the topic of support of the channel, which is something you guys also asked about. Now, As many of you know, there have been a lot of changes on YouTube, sponsors pulling out, saying we're not going to give you our ad revenue. Of the sponsors that pulled out this past week and a half, 2 weeks, Google is going to lose about $1 billion in ad revenue over a year, which is a lot of change, a lot of cash. Now, luckily they planned for this and they invented something called YouTube Red, which you pay $10, you get like offline play, you can save videos to your phone, which is something I do all the time, especially I save podcasts. If there's a Joe Rogan episode I'm interested in, I'll throw it on this and then I can take it and don't have to worry about data. It's really cool. Plus, you get to skip ads altogether, but you skip ads while giving a chunk of that $10 a month to the creator. So it allows you to not have to deal with ads, but you also get to support the creator that you enjoy. So that would be my first recommendation to solve this, is YouTube Red, because you get something and it still provides YouTubers something. So if there's somebody you really want to support, then that would be one way to do it. The second way, obviously, is Patreon. Patreon is actually increasingly becoming better and better for me in terms of support. It's directly to me, and so there's no going around, going through a like multi-channel network. It's just you supporting me, which some people seem to really enjoy. But in general, the one thing that really does help the channel the most is sharing the videos, telling your friends about stuff going on the channel, recommending the channel to them. That's really what does most of it. So, I mean, there's plenty of ways to support me if you choose to do so, and those are just 3 of the easiest and most straightforward ones. I'm excited for this summer because there's going to be a lot of really cool stuff going out. These next 4 weeks are going to be the sprint to the finish line for the semester, so I'm going to have finals, I'm going to have like weird delayed midterms, I'm going to have presentations, I'm going to have papers, I'm going to have all this stuff to do in addition to the channel, so the content may get a little more scattered as we go through. I'll try not to let that happen, but maybe for the next 4 weeks it might get a little more scattered than it has been in the past. But once we hit the summer, we're going whole hog, balls deep. It's going to be great. I promise it will not disappoint, but we just got to make it there. But I've been rambling too long, so I'm going to shut up. But I just wanted to give you guys an option or a chance to kind of hear where I see the channel going, what I plan on doing. We're experimenting. We're going to try the long form critique out and see how it goes. I'm excited for it. It's going to be interesting. I honestly am not sure how it'll turn out, but you guys will let me know, as always. But that's all I have to say. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Peace out.